Hey everybody, we're about to get started. Throwing my gloves. Just warming up my bike. So we talked about buying a motorcycle. That was our last video. So now you made your entryway to buying a bike. Hopefully you got the bike. You got insurance on the bike. So now we're going to talk about what kind of gear you're going to get for the bike. A very interesting subject this is. Because gear is shit that's going to save your life. Well, it's like slight exaggeration. That's kind of true. I've been in several accidents, and the thing that has saved my life time and time again is my gear. So let's start with the basics, the one that probably everybody thinks of when they think of getting a bike. And that, of course, is the helmet. Helmets is very important. So what's your tactic on choosing a helmet? Well, there's RA, there's a whole bunch of other ones. I tend to like Shoei's. I think the Shoei helmet, I've had several helmets. I think the Shoei helmet is by far the best bang you get for your buck in terms of helmet quality. They are expensive. And again, I know you guys probably hate me saying this, I sound like a broken record. But if you go on Craigslist, you can find some great deals. Now, that begs the question. I know a lot of you are going to chime back and say, oh, you know, your helmet should be brand new and all this stuff. And not necessarily. You know, a good used helmet doesn't, you know, even if it's in a minor accident, should be okay. Now, the reason why I say used helmet is because a new Shoei can cost easily between $300 at the low end to $600. Yeah, fellow biker. Oh, what we got here? Got a Honda. Ooh, oh, that looks a light bike, like a 125. But look at this guy here. So he has his jacket. Look at his boots. He has ride-on riding boots. This guy's squared away. He's ready to go. His helmet's pretty bright. I even think that's a Shoei helmet, actually. Alright, see if we can catch up to him. I'm gonna fuck you up, man. Let's take a look. Can't tell. Negative now. I waved to him. So, going back, the Shoei helmet I highly recommend. You can usually do a quick search on Craigslist. You can do a quick search on Craigslist and find a basic one for like $200 tops, and that'll last you quite a while. I've been very happy with the Shoei brand. The next thing would be boots. This has been an interesting topic of conversation with several key people in my life. Reason being is that should you get professional riding boots, or should you get work boots? What should you get? I tend to be on the train of thought that work boots are just fine. You can usually just go to WSS, and go to several places. Make sure you get steel toe. I cannot reiterate, this is just from experience on my end when I had a bike fall on my leg during an accident, and if it wasn't for my steel toe boot, my leg and foot would have been crushed. No doubt. So, I tend to be a huge proponent. I don't even go anywhere without that. Make sure it's a ankle, covers the ankle. Doc Martens actually are the premium boot that we recommended. If you're a female rider, this is where we had issues. It's hard to find good quality steel toe boots unless they're riding boots. And then again, are they riding boots, or are they quote unquote after riding boots, which are like basically going out on the town for fashion, for your dominatrix sessions, or, whatever. It seems to be that. So, just make sure they're actually official riding boots. Can't go wrong. Let's see. So then you have your boots. Usually I tend to go to cycle gear. I know a lot of people rip on cycle gear, like, oh yeah, their stuff is cheap, and oh yeah, you know, it's you know, you only carry their Built brand, and Built is the name of their brand they have. It's like a, yeah, this dumb fuck. Run, Forrest! Built is the name of their in-house brand, and then they have Alpine Stars and whatnot, all the other brands. And I like Built. I think it's a great entry-level brand. I get a lot for your buck with that brand. You know, some of us just don't have, after we bought a bike, an extra $400, $300 for a helmet, $400, $500 for a jacket. So that's why I like the Built brand. It's really basic, you know, $150, you get full protection and armor on your jacket. And you don't necessarily have to wear it, you know, I totally get it, you know, after you've been in your accident, I mean, you're probably done with that jacket. But I think for most of us, that's truly the case, you know? I think most of us would get a brand new jacket after you rode. After we got in our first accident, if I was all fucked up. Alpine Stars can pretty much wear it after another accident. Built, not really. But, like I said, it's a basic $150, $170, $200 jacket that you can get that's really high quality. Don't get aftermarket. Like, don't go to like don't get like a fancy leather jacket and use it as a riding jacket. That's wrong. Your jacket should have armor. Absolutely should have armor. If it doesn't have armor, you need to get that jacket. So keep that in mind. Those are actual riding jackets. Let's see, cover the helmets, cover the boots. So gloves. Gloves are interesting. They should cover your wrist. And the reason why is because when you're riding, you know, it's not, I did this. I use mechanic gloves, which only cover your hands, not your wrist. You should absolutely have something covering your wrist. Reason being is when you, God, these guys are out in the street. Reason being is when you're riding and you're riding your jacket, you're wearing your jacket, that the air, you know, the wrist cuff on the gloves will cover the opening of the jacket on your wrist. So that way, air is not going into your jacket, thus defeating the purpose of wearing a jacket, having air, cold air blow into it. So make sure you definitely wear the ones that have like wrist cuffs, so to speak. I think you get the idea. Again, you can go to Cycle Gear, find great pair of riding gloves for like $20 usually on sale. They have the bin. I would say over the holiday weekend, just because of slow sales, they had a bunch of shit on sale. So again, I try Cycle Go first. You can buy a jacket, gloves, all sorts of crap for literally $200, $300 easy. Is clown. Oh, we're stuck. Oh, thank you, sir. I guess. We're back in. No, we're stuck. We're on Gale, Wilshire Boulevard and Gale and Beverly Hills right now. Just leaving in. You know, weaving in and out is an interesting ability of a motorcycle. It's probably the most common thing I get asked about when riding. Oh, you're the guy that goes in and out, right? Yeah, actually I am. It's, I mean, you gotta be experienced. The reason why I go in and out is because I've gone this route for the last, probably the last year and a half at this job. Well, I was at somewhere else, but I've been going this direction for the last year and a half, so I know pretty much like relatively the timing of the lights and how the traffic flows. I felt this is like my second time doing this. I would not be this bold when I weave in and out. It's just like, you know, I know where the cops are more or less, so I'm able to get away with a lot more bullshit. Another great thing I actually came up on a ride we did was using latex gloves. If your gloves aren't good enough, say you're riding and your gloves are too cold, get latex gloves that you get from like a doctor. You can buy a pack for, usually people just have them randomly in their house. You can buy a pack of 100 for you know, $4 or $5, and what you do is you put that underneath your glove, and then you wear your glove. So if it's really cold and you know the wind chill is kind of shitty, definitely do that, and you should be good to go. Sometimes it is still too cold, but it just keep that extra layer helps, because it's the wind going through the glove, and if the wind can't get to your hand because of the latex, you're in good shape. Let's see, what else can we talk about? Oh, rider-to-rider communication. So this is something I'm dabbling with. I heard the Cena and the Scala brands are awesome. I'm actually going to test out a brand over the weekend, so that should be kind of cool. Or not the weekend, this weekend, so that's my first foray into that. I'm actually looking forward to it. Just because riding can get kind of, let me go around this guy. That's because riding can get kind of monotone, just the wind, and yeah, and it's hard to find something that you can't wear that goes through the earphones. So yeah, let's look at this guy right here. Let's take a look. Okay, so I'd say he's on a Honda Shadow. That's what it looks like. It's definitely not a Harley. Look at his shoes. Look at this fucking clown. He has a jacket. I think this guy's in a suit. Holy shit, he's in a suit. He's a banker. Yeah, that. So let's see. He's wearing nice dress shoes. That is not what you should be wearing, even though it is a comfortable ride. I haven't been on one of those. Actually, I have been on one of those, but I never drove one. But that's stupid. that is completely clownishness behavior. Just like I'm doing right now. So rider-rider communication is something I'm dabbling with. I really don't feel I'm an authority on it. I just know I have yet to even do it, really. Which I'm being very honest with. Oh, you fucking selfish fuck. Oh, we could have ran that fucking station wagon. Take him out back and beat the shit out of him. So rider-rider communication is something I'm dabbling with. I haven't gotten... I'm not even new to it. I haven't yet to even do it. But I look like Desperate Housewives. I gotta rewind that. Like shit, they look like pictures from Redhead from Desperate Housewives. Probably wrong. I'm horrible at sightings. Right now we are in Beverly Hills on Wilshire, crossing Roxbury Boulevard, going westbound to UCLA. Nice tourists. Hey, Cooks United. Cooks United, eh? What is that, pillow? That is not an animal, that's a pillow on a leash. And then, of course, besides your or the other gear you can get is a video camera, which is kind of cool. It's something I've definitely been doing a lot more of, and you know, it's all about sharing your knowledge. You know, it's something that that's something I'm big on. I like to share what I know, because you know, especially like through my accidents. You know, I don't want people I love to crash. You know, there's actually 2 or 3 people I know that are about to get bikes or close to getting bikes, and I don't want them to. Yeah, I want them to have a good time. I don't want them to have a spill and say I didn't warn them, or hey, you didn't talk about this part. That's kind of why I made this series, and that, and you know, like I said, I like to. Share my knowledge on things. Look at that guy, 4-bine on the side. Still westbound on Wilshire. Near Comstock. I think we're near the Playboy mansion, actually, almost. Oh, that's the next line, yeah. Playboy mansion. Yeah, Beverly Glen. That is actually Playboy mansion. You go right on Beverly Glen off from Wilshire. That should take you there. That's like another turn or two after that, but just in case you're in LA, you want to pay Hugh a visit, hang out. I was almost thinking next for one of my videos, one of my buddies, he's thinking about getting a bike, and I want to show him, and actually like put him on camera, show him some drills I learned through the advanced rider course. I think would help him. Alright, you can do it by set up a tripod. I still haven't figured that out yet. So going back to video, the video is really cool. That could be its own segment, but I use the GoPro 2 with a Sony mic. I forgot which one it is. It's about $50. And I had to use it. Actually, this process of elimination, I found a basic mic for 20 sort of sucked. This one tends to be a little better. There's amplified mics as well from this other vendor that's the guy swore by, but this seems to be doing the job, and I've had good compliments on it from people who've seen my video, so that's good. But yeah, that'll be its own segment about the video, about how I set it up, the process of how I got it, why I picked that video, why it's sort of cool to do video if you can afford it. Oh, no one's at the slide. Actually have time today. How about that? On Glendon and going eastbound on Glendon, from Wilshire going west. The UCLA Village almost. Oh, I wonder how to say that. And feel free to add any postings or any advice, comments. There's some dickhead who made a shitty comment on my post. Said, "Oh, you are by no means an expert." And I go, I really never said I was. I think an expert's the person who's like been doing this shit for like 20 years and maybe even published, really, or has some kind of huge following and is well respected. I'm not well respected, but I just know a thing or two, and I just said, here's my experiences. Here's how I got into biking, motorcycle riding. Here's what I've done so far, and here are the fuck-ups I made. Don't let this happen to you. That's all I said. That's all I've ever said. I am by no means an expert, but I know a thing or two. I will say that. And I think most riders do. It's funny, I even had one guy even tell me, you know, you should never ask a friend to ride your bike and learn. Oh, come on, man. So you're telling me when you were a kid and your best friend had a motorcycle or another bike, even a regular bike, a kid's bike, you were like, no, I gotta learn the safety first before I ride the bike. Give me a break. That works good if you're an overprotective mother, a soccer mom, or somebody afraid of their own shadow. But out here in the real world, people like to try shit. Anyways, that's it. We're at our destination. I'm getting ready for work. Thank you for listening. And just have a nice day at work. Thank you.